Didn't see you there. But you know what? While I've got you, let me just share with you a piece of writing advice that's been floating around out there for quite some time. And that writing advice is write every day. And I used to think that this whole piece of advice was hot garbage because not everybody has time every single day to write, right? And not only that, but when you do get the time to write, you're not always feeling super creative. And I thought to myself, if I'm not feeling creative and the words just aren't flowing, then even if I write every day, what I'm writing is not going to be of any good quality at all. So I used to scoff at this writing advice, but I've actually been thinking lately that there is a lot of wisdom in this piece of advice. And let me tell you why. Okay, so hear me out. Traditionally published middle grade fiction books are around 22,000 words and up. Young adult fiction and fantasy books are around 45,000 words and up, with adult fiction and fantasy books being anywhere from 60,000 words and up. Now, you're probably saying, I know that I've read books that are bigger than that, and that is true, but those books are usually from more established authors who already have an established fan base. They've already released plenty of well-received books, so the publishers know that they can trust this author and they trust them to write longer books where they're not going to lose the audience and get distracted and it's not going to be a great book. So for debut authors, they tend to look for those numbers. So for middle grade, anywhere from 22,000 to 60,000 words, and then for young adult and adult fiction and fantasy, they're looking for somewhere between the 50,000 to 100,000 word range, with science fiction and fantasy being a little on the higher end, which is what I write. So that's looking to be around the 90,000 to 110,000 word mark for a debut science fiction and fantasy author. So this got me thinking, what if we were to try to put this advice into practice and write every single day, with our goal being 1,000 words every single day? Now, I know that that's not always possible. Maybe you can't write every single day. And on the days that you can write, maybe you're not feeling super creative, like I said. And so on one day you might write 200 words, 300 words. Not a super successful day in the writing front. However, there may be another day when you sit down and the inspiration flows and you have written 3,000, 4,000 words. Those numbers start to average out. If we can average 1,000 words a day, get these numbers really quick. In 30 days, that's 1 month, we will have written 30,000 words, which is enough for a completed middle grade fiction manuscript. Mind blown, right? And then if we follow that same rhythm, in 60 days, we have written 60,000 words, which is enough for a completed manuscript if you write something like romance or thriller or contemporary fiction, right? And then if we continue and we write for 90 days, we've written 90,000 words, which is enough for a completed manuscript in the sci-fi or fantasy genre. Isn't that unbelievable? So maybe it's time for you to start putting this advice into practice and write every single day. And before you know it, you're going to have a completed book.